We will see in this tutorial how to complete an existing network with another network. The user has created a system fed by a pump. He has made his pressure drop calculations. He has his pressure scales, and his flow according to his pump. The user wants to supply this system with a tank with a pressure of 0.1 bar, and therefore connect this tank to his system. The design of the networks is always done by a first part at the base of the trunk of the tree of the project, and one continues while descending towards the possible branches. If we want to add elements upstream of the first part, which is at the head of the network, what we have to do is create the upstream part. And then we will come and graft the network on the upstream part by importing the network at the end of the upstream part. Here, for example, the user wants to add a 6-inch suction line at the pump inlet, connected to a tank with a static pressure of approximately 0.1 bar. He wants to add a connecting pipe between the pump and its tank. We will simply create an upstream network with the tank and the connecting pipe. And we will connect the existing network at the end of the upstream network. So what to do? We are going to create a new network. So the diameter is a 6-inch suction line. We are going to convert to millimeter. In the lengths we select the inches, inch. So that is 152.4 millimeters. So we are going to create a duct element with a duct editor. This duct must have a diameter of 152.4 millimeters. OK. Save. And we drag and drop our conduit in our new network. So we have a tube with a length of 3 meters. And we add a bend, for example. Here we have our 6-inch line. On the other hand, we must not forget that if we want to connect to our pump, the last element, which will connect to our pump, will have to be correctly sized. So we are going to display the diameters. Here is the straight duct at 150.4. And so the network that will be added, which is in the other window. We will put the labels. The pump has an entry dimension of 100 millimeters. So we are going to finish our upstream network in 100 millimeters. We add to the upstream network a narrowing of 150 to 100 millimeters to adapt to our pump. So we select Shrink, the cone creation tool appears, and we will go from 150 to 100 millimeters. Insert the convergent cone downstream of the duct, and we see our shrinkage at 100 millimeters. We are now going to create a reservoir supplying this network. Using the function, configure a reservoir supplying this network. This opens the reservoir creation interface. We want to feed this network with a pressure of 0.1 bar. OK, and we connect the tank to the network. There, a small pressure vessel was created which delivers 0.1 bar into this network. So we already have an unconnected operating point. But what we want to do is connect our downstream network with its pump at the end of this network with a reservoir. So be careful if we connect our pump directly. We will have a little surprise because our pump had an entry from below. So we are going to add, as we should do in reality. If the pump is connected from below, we are going to make a small junction feeding from below. This is where we will come to connect our pump. So I select the last element on which I want to connect the network with the pump. And I use the function, insert downstream network. I have my downstream network registered. Open. And here is the network with the pump, connected with the network supplied by the reservoir. We are testing the operating point of this new network. We hide the labels. So we were able to put all this part there upstream, simply by creating a network for this part, and adding a network downstream. So by following this principle, we can create parts of the network, which we save, and which we add, or delete according to the different configurations that we want to create. We show, with the pressure scale, the upstream zone under pressure of 0.1 bar. We are doing a trajectory test, because I find it attractive. Here, we can follow the trajectory of the fluid. We can hide the elements to see just the trajectory of the fluid in the system. So that's it for this tutorial, adding networks in Mech Flux Pro 3D.